Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is September 28th, 2020. Just want to get a few more people in the chat room and we can get started. A couple of things I want to address. Appreciate that, everybody. Thanks a lot, man. Okay, so 30 people, I think that's good enough. Thanks everybody for the support. I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I mean, it means a lot. I really wish everybody was as supportive in this community. Earlier today, where did I put it? Let's see if I can find it. I got a message. Okay. So it was this here. So, um, a person, I don't know who this person is, but Carrie Barnes, she sent me a $20 PayPal. I don't know why, but she left a message, and this is what that person wrote. They wrote just a little something to let you know how much we appreciate you. It's not about the money, but about all you do spreading the truth. I live in Las Vegas and hardly bet on sports. I enjoy listening and learning. I have been on Zach's Patreon for over 2 years and have only bet on a few things. Ronald Elston thinks the world of you, too. We just wanted you to know we truly believe in you and want to thank you for working so hard. Keep your head up and ignore the haters. Carrie Barnes and Ron Elston. Um, when I saw this message earlier today, this really made me very emotional. Um, it's not about the $20. I can care less about the money. This person, you could have sent me $1, but this message here, this is the only reason this channel is still going. I was really gonna delete. I mean, I put this on my kid's life. I was gonna delete my channel today, and this message here stopped me from doing that. And again, it's not about the $20. I can care less about the $20. This message here is the reason I'm gonna continue doing this work. Um, Kerry Barnes and Ron Elson, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your words. Um, it makes me feel like the things that I've done for the past 2 years has not gone unnoticed, Because I've worked very hard in the last 2 years to wake people up and let them know what's really going on in the world. Not just with sports, but with everything else, the coronavirus, all the false flags, all the racial injustice, all the ritual murders, all the deception. I've been trying to, spread the truth around, and this proves that it's not going in deaf ears. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. And you guys are the reason this channel is still up. Because the amount of hate that I received in the past month from people in this community, from supporters, from subscribers, from random people. I mean, because I have two little girls and they like to use my phone sometimes, and sometimes they'll be on the phone watching a cartoon, and then they'll get a message saying "Simple Truth, you sob, f you mother effer." And my daughter, she's almost 9 years old, and she could read. And she tells me, "Look, somebody said this and this and this about you." So that was one of the reasons I was gonna delete everything. I was gonna change my phone number and I was gonna delete everything. The only reason I put my phone number out there is because I never thought that this community would have toxic people like that. I thought this community was different. But I should have known, because if they did it to Zach, eventually they'll do it to me. But I'm going to continue doing this work. I am thinking about changing my phone number, but I'm going to keep this line open. So for when I do the show and the live streams, because I do like the callers. Sometimes you guys call in and provide some great information. So I'm debating on that first. So, as you guys may or may not know, back in December of 2019, I had the Boston Celtics reaching the NBA Finals this year, and the reason why is because of these numbers that I kept seeing throughout the NBA season. For example, the number 84 and the number 48, those two numbers, they kept showing up over and over and over and over and over again. So, and it was so misleading, because I said, look, Boston Celtics sums to 48. They won the championship in 1984. This NBA season has been scripted around those two numbers. But where I made the mistake at was realizing that back in 1984, Pat Riley was the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Boston Celtics defeated Pat Riley and the Lakers that year. And now, 36 years later, Pat Riley got his revenge over the Boston Celtics. And this was also, this NBA season has been a huge Jesuit ritual, because it was on September 27th that the Miami Heat advanced to the NBA Finals by beating Boston on the Society of Jesus' 480th birthday, right? Another 48. And notice how Pat Riley was born on March 20th. From March 20th to September 27th, the day that the Miami Heat advanced to the NBA Finals, it was 191 days after Pat Riley's birthday. Society of Jesus is 191. And of course, that's the 43rd prime number, and Miami Heat equals 43. All right, this is the coach that lost to the Boston Celtics back in 1984. That was another reason why I was so convinced that it was going to be the Boston Celtics, because of that 1984 season. Because that was the season that David Stern became the commissioner, and of course he died this year. And they also had Jack Welch pass away at the age of 84, right? They was showing us this number all year, 84, 48. Jack Welch, dead at 84. LeBron James, born in 1984. Right? LeBron James is a big part of this riddle, right? You guys all know how LeBron James played for Pat Riley in Miami. And now here the NBA Finals, they have LeBron James versus Pat Riley's team, the Miami Heat, who he used to play for 6 years ago. And I also want to show you guys how LeBron James was born on December 30th, 1984. And the NBA Finals in 1984, it concluded on June 12th. Notice the Boston Celtics won 4-3. Miami Heat is 43. From June 12th, 1984 to LeBron James' birthday, to the day that LeBron James was born, 201 days. And of course, the Jesuit order is 201 in 84. So on the Jesuits' birthday, on the 480th birthday, the Miami Heat advance to play the team that LeBron James plays for, the Los Angeles Lakers. And just notice how it says here that the Society of Jesus was founded in Rome. And of course, Pat Riley was born in Rome, New York. Big Jesuit ritual, and something that I clearly missed. But Pat Riley, again, he was born on March 20th, and June 12th, the day of Game 7, when he lost to the Boston Celtics, that was 84 days after his birthday. Another 84. The word Jesuit is 84. This was the big riddle. And, I made a video speaking about another YouTuber, Tony, telling it like it is. If you would have provided a video showing this synchronicity like this, then I would have definitely gave you your flowers. But, you claim that you had the Miami Heat reaching the NBA Finals. But in reality, you didn't. You had the Milwaukee Bucks. I did my research. I looked back at your older videos. You said the Bucks were going to the finals. And then when the Bucks got eliminated, you changed to the Miami Heat. Typical frauds. But your explanation for why the Miami Heat was going to go to the NBA Finals is because coronavirus increases your temperature. And it's almost like your heat is rising. No, that's not the reason the Miami Heat are going to the NBA Finals. This is the reason. The Society of Jesus. They are the ones who script these narratives. 9 out of 10 times, decoders are going to be misled because a lot of times, they do a great job at deceiving us, I mean, Boston Celtics even won 48 games this season, right? They did a great job at, showing us these numbers, but yet confusing us with a different narrative. But, we was definitely headed in the right direction. Because it was these numbers that I was talking about all year. 48. Look at the older videos. I was just confused. I said, Boston Celtics equals 48. No, but Boston Celtics equals 48. But that was the team that beat Pat Riley back in 1984. And now, 36 years after, Pat Riley defeats them on the 480th birthday of the Society of Jesus. Stuff is perfectly scripted. It's easy to see it once it's all come together, Trying to solve it before, that's difficult. Now, well, I mean, people in this community, we've been successful at solving a lot of these riddles. Not every riddle are we going to solve this perfectly. It's not going to happen, Zach has solved plenty of riddles in the past. I don't really care about our beef. I don't really have beef with him, I always say that I respect him. I consider him to be one of the smartest people that I've ever came across, and I really think he is. Whether he calls me names or disrespects me or attacks me, I don't really care about that. The guy's a genius, and I salute him for introducing this information to us. I think I said this last night. But so he's solved a lot of these riddles in the past. And I've also solved a lot of these riddles in the past. Last year we had the Toronto Raptors. I showed how the riddle was through Drake, the rapper. How they incorporated his music into the NBA Finals. It was all connected to Kawhi Leonard and the death of his father who died in Oakland. And then Kawhi got his revenge on Oakland, on the team from Oakland, on the Golden State Warriors. Just like how this year Pat Riley got his revenge on the Boston Celtics, who defeated him in 1984. We also had the Washington Nationals to win the World Series last year. That was a big George Herbert Walker Bush tribute. We showed how the Nationals won 105 games during the regular season. Well, they won 105 games by winning the World Series, and Nationals in Gematria is 105. We also had the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl last year. No, they won the Super Bowl 131 days before Joe Montana's 64th birthday. And of course, Joe Montana played for both teams that were in the Super Bowl last year, the 49ers and the Chiefs. And he was turning 64. Kansas City Chiefs is 64. And championship is 131. You know, those type of things, sometimes they're easy to see beforehand. But I'm going to admit this one was a little bit more difficult. They really did a good job at deceiving us this year. Like I said in the other videos, I did not see anything for the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't see anything for the Toronto Raptors. And I didn't see this for the Miami Heat. And the reason I had the Boston Celtics is because I looked back at the 1984 season. And this year, it's all about the 1984 season. But I definitely didn't do enough digging. I should have looked into who was the head coach of both of the teams that were involved in the finals that year. It was Pat Riley. And, you know, I still don't know who was the head coach for the Boston Celtics. You know, I did a bad job at decoding the head coaches of that season. Should have did that. So, you know, that's just something that I'm going to keep in mind for the next time. Because they like to pay tributes to these former coaches, former players. And just think about who's in the finals this year. It's the Lakers versus Pat Riley. And Pat Riley just beat the Boston Celtics. This is history repeating itself, you know. But LeBron James was born 201 days after the conclusion of the 1984 finals. And of course, the Jesuit order, 201 and 84. You see, Tony, if you're able to deliver work like this, I will definitely respect you. But you don't. And just think about the number 201. You guys all know about Event 201, the coronavirus simulation that predicted a pandemic, right? And the NBA season was canceled because of the coronavirus. 142 days after opening day. Coronavirus is 142. And then 142 days after March 11th, the NBA resumed, right? Coronavirus is 142. And it was Event 201 that predicted a coronavirus outbreak. And then just look at Pat Riley at every playoff game. He has his face mask on. You know, this is mockery. Jesuit order. Doing things by the numbers. So yeah. So and there's probably a lot more to this, but 1984. The God born in Rome, New York. And just notice how Society of Jesus was established in 1540. King James is 154. Now, who's going to win the NBA Finals? I still have to do more work. Now I know exactly where they're headed. You know, a lot of you think that LeBron James is going to win his fourth championship. But just remember, Pat Riley can also win his fourth championship with the Miami Heat. He won one with Dwayne Wade and two with LeBron James. I'm not saying the Miami Heat are going to win the title, but I'm not saying there's a lock for the Lakers either, you know. We have to do the research, you know. And just because numbers line up, you gotta. This stuff is a big puzzle. It's a huge puzzle. And I'm actually happy that I was wrong, because now I'm realizing that it's not good to focus solely on one narrative. It's always good to look at all the narratives. But for those of you who gamble, you can't gamble on two narratives. You're not gonna make any money. You gotta pick one. Something else I missed. Miami Heat is 79-56. Society of Jesus is 79-56. And if you guys remember the video that I did showing how the Miami Heat was gonna defeat the Milwaukee Bucks and how they was gonna win Game 1. Well, those of you on the Patreon know that I had the Miami Heat to beat the Bucks Game 1 because that was on a day with 79-43 numerology, and Miami Heat is 79-43. Something that I don't know how I missed, but the NBA Finals this year it starts on a day with 79 and 43 numerology, just like Miami Heat. So, they keep doing this to us. They was really showing us that it's gonna be the Heat in the finals this year. But I overlooked it because I had so much connecting the Celtics to the finals that I was just overlooking other things, other narratives. But you gotta admit, a lot of people died in connection to the Celtics. Cliff Robinson, who a former UConn player, died 113 days after Kemba Walker's birthday. Of course, Kemba Walker went to the University of Connecticut. Stanley Robinson, who died 73 days after Kemba Walker's birthday and 73 days before September 30th. His sacrifice is 73. Also had the death of Jack Welch, who died 213 days before September 30th. The NBA Finals is 213. Of course, the LA area code is 213. And then he died at the age of 84. 131 days after Brad Stevens' birthday, 68 days before Kemba Walker's birthday. Championship is 131 and 68. Jack Welch was really the reason why I was so sold on the Celtics. That those numbers always play in championship games. 131, 68, especially 213 with the NBA. It plays often. But it didn't play this year for this reason. Also, the death of David Stern, who died 39 weeks before the start of the NBA Finals. And now that I'm thinking, David Stern became the commissioner in 1984. Just notice how old Pat Riley was when he lost to the Celtics in 1984. He was 39 years old, and it was 84 days after his birthday. All the numbers that I was talking about with the Bulls and Celtics, 39 and 84. And then the game was on 12/6. And then, of course, this year, Kobe Bryant died on 1/26. What else? The death of John Thompson, who played with the Boston Celtics for 74. He played 74 games with the Celtics and defeated the Lakers 2 times in his career. We also had the Black Panther. Black Panther's 48. It was a lot of 48s and 84s, and now I know why. But this is definitely a loss for and I consider this a loss for the community because I was really looking forward to being correct on the Celtics because that video would have been my go-to video anytime somebody debates that the NBA is not rigged. Anytime you're wrong, people's like, oh, sports is not rigged with gematria. It's not rigged. You gematria guys think the NBA is rigged. The NBA is not. And I wanted to shut those people up. I wanted to put an end to all the, because I didn't put an end to all their bullshit last year when I had the Raptors or the Nationals or the Chiefs or even Chase Briscoe, or even when I went 22-1 before the pandemic was declared on March 11th. I went 22-1 in decoding the NBA because everything that was doing with the NBA was connected to Kobe Bryant. I didn't shut them up then, but I said, you know what? This video is gonna prove that I had the Celtics since January, and here we are in September, and I had them 9 months before the finals. What are they gonna say now? And even though we came 2 games from the finals, I really wished I would have. I did a lot of research, but I wish I would have did a little bit more digging into the head coaches of the 1984 finals. I would have probably came across the possibility of Pat Riley and the Heat playing the Lakers this year. I would have definitely considered that. Not sure it would have led me to believe that they was gonna go to the finals, because I still, even though I know the riddle now, I still think the Boston Celtics had a better narrative. I'm just being honest. I mean, Kobe Bryant picked up his 126th playoff victory when he won his fifth championship versus the Celtics. Now, a lot of people ask, is it possible for them to have two narratives and then switch it depending on where the money is? If there's a lot of money being invested on one team, is there a way for them to switch it to the other narrative? I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. It's possible. Because look at what they did with the five dimes. They canceled everybody's futures. It's possible they did it because of the video that I put out on the Celtics. A lot of you probably invested money on the Celtics futures. There was probably a lot of money had to be paid out. I know one guy that was about to make $250,000 if the Celtics would have went to the finals. That's a lot of money that they would have had to pay out if the Celtics would have won two more games. So I think they had another narrative in store for us. It's possible. I'm not saying that that's the case, but now that I'm looking at this narrative here, this seems to be where it was headed the whole time. But if you guys want to call in and speak about anything, the number is 646-986-0958. And I'm going to open the lines up in a few seconds. Just turn my phone on. Okay, so the line is open if you guys want to call in and speak about anything. And here we go.
Hello, Arthur?
Yes, how you doing?
Hey, man. Doing great. This is Rich from CT, and, man, I just want to, congratulate you on the great run. I mean, anyone who's had the Heat, I feel like they've been flip-flopping. I've never seen someone come out with a video, before the Bucks series or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. Nobody did. Nobody had the Miami Heat before the Bucks. I was the only one had the Miami Heat to defeat the Bucks, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
I just didn't think I didn't think the Miami Heat was gonna defeat the Boston Celtics. I'll be honest about that. I didn't think that.
Yeah, man, and I've just seen how your work comes through. So I've been, pushing your message all over Twitter. These guys are letting me have it. These fucking clowns are like, oh, the Celtics didn't win. It's not rigged. See?
Yeah, that's because they are asleep. It doesn't. And what I notice is about gamblers, it doesn't matter how many times you're right. They're only gonna remember the time that you're wrong. I mean, nobody gives me credit for picking the Heat to defeat the Bucks, even though the Miami Heat were probably 25-1 odds to beat the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. And
the Bucks were the favorite to represent the Eastern Conference.
No, man, I hear you, and like I said, I made good money off that Denver Nuggets Game 7. Like, who else had that? The Heat beating the Bucks, and people are just gonna fucking hate. They're gonna come out of nowhere. I see the chat right now; it's like 120 people. I'm not really paying attention to what they're saying, but man, I hope you don't. I hope you just learn from it, and again, you can only get better. I kind of feeling like I'm glad it didn't come through too, because it just humbles us and keeps us keeping all our eyes open. And the people act like they know everything, or it's completely one way. Those are just fools. Like you said, the numbers showed up with Pat Riley, the 48 and 39, but it was just on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say proud of you, man. I'll be still supporting and keep up the great work, man.
Appreciate you, man. You're one of the real ones. You know, I just wish more people were like you. You know, because I mean, this stuff is really difficult. It's misleading sometimes. You know.
And that's why I said, like, you said it. You're like trying to predict a movie ending.
Yeah.
We still know the movie was like written. We just don't know who exactly lives, who comes out. But I mean, man, you had everyone in the conference finals. You know, you had Denver, you had Lakers, you had Celtics and Bucks. I mean, Celtics and Heat. So again, people are just gonna hate because they can't do it on their own, and you know, people like Nigel and stuff in the chat just hating on the Patron.
Yeah.
You're good, man. You don't let it get to you. I'm sorry your kids have to see that. That's not right. And I just thank you for your work and opening this knowledge to me.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Of course. Take care, Arthur.
All right, thanks. You know, people like him is the reason I'm gonna continue doing this work. You know, I love just uplifting words. But you know, like he said, you know, the numbers were there. They were just on the other side. 84 and 48. Those are the numbers I kept talking about with the Celtics. And it was just that those were the Pat Riley numbers. Yes, hello?
What's going on, Big Simp?
What's going on?
Man, nothing much, man. Hey, big shout out to you, man. You was wrong, but at the end of the day, bro, you wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't see. You had, like you said, you had all the numbers. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting to see. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're still on here. I've been waiting to see just how you got it wrong. But I know for me, I love it because it's just gonna help me to become a better decoder, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think being wrong is actually a good thing. I'm actually happy that I was wrong because now I'm gonna be way sharper next time.
Right.
So they actually made a mistake by letting the Heat win because now I'm gonna be on my P's and Q's next time.
now you ain't gonna let them up.
Yep.
But no, bro. All I would have to say is, you know, like you got some people saying that you don't need gematria to see that, you know, that people is win. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about this is it's not about winning. Like you said, it's not about money. It's not about winning games and you know what I'm saying? Being able to say I was right because of a rigged game. Us as a people need to stop giving our money and our energy, you know, thinking that it's really real when it ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's more about. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? This still shows. All you did was show how they use the same numbers for the Heat. Now, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean it wasn't. That don't mean it's not scripted just because the Heat won and the Celtics didn't. You know what I'm saying? They using the same, like you said, the 39 and the 84 and the 48. It's the same numbers, bro.
It's the same numbers. It's just that I was looking at it like, oh, Boston Celtics sums to 48, but no, yeah. The riddle was that he lost it. He lost to the Celtics in 84, and now he beat the Celtics on the Jesuit's 480th birthday.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
I think another thing is, you know, we caught that it was a Kobe tribute, but I don't think we looked at the fact that, I know for myself, like you said, it's more of a connection with LeBron because, yeah, it's a Kobe tribute, but LeBron is still playing.
Well, yeah, it was really more a King James tribute. You know, even though the Lakers have won every series 4-1, the word King sums to 41. If you remember, Kobe died after LeBron surpassed him on the all-time scoring list. And funny you said that because Pat Riley, Kobe actually died 54 days before Kobe died 54 days before Pat Riley's birthday, and Jesuit orders 54. So it was really all about Pat Riley and LeBron the whole time.
Right.
Now the Kobe was probably more misleading because then I think that's what made it more stronger for the Celtics.
Yeah.
But it was really about more. It's more about LeBron James.
Yeah, it was more about LeBron and Pat and you know, like you said, like to be honest though, if you think about it from the basketball standpoint, you know, the Heat kind of match up better. You know, you got Jimmy versus James, and then Bam versus, you know,
Anthony Davis.
AD. You know what I'm saying? But But like I said, bro, I much respect to you, bro. Like, do not quit, because these people that's not even adding to the community, that won't even take their own time to read how to do this, or even know how to even start the decode, bro, want to come in here and be, you know what I'm saying, disrespectful, and you know, not even add to the community, but want to be mad because because you couldn't help them fill their pockets. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it's about.
Even though I've done it like 5 times in the past, you know, it doesn't really
Right.
matter. Yeah.
Right, and that's another thing, bro. You know you done did this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else know, they know you done did it too.
Yeah. Otherwise, they wouldn't be supporting me. Yeah. Otherwise, they wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but keep your head up, bro. I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, you done came back on here. I'm glad that you done got back on here when you did, because you said you wasn't gonna do a video till after, you know what I'm saying, the Celtics won. And this right here just showed, bro, you a man, you standing on your own. You facing it when you was wrong. And that's what, you feel me? And that right there should let people know that's your character. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, and it's not about this, you know what I'm saying? It's not about gambling, bro. It's about really everybody raising.
It's about exposing
level, you know
what they're doing, the ritual that they're doing.
Right. Everybody raising their mental, and stop being sucked up in this world that they keep feeding us. You know what I'm saying? This bull they keep feeding us. So, yeah, bro, just keep doing your thing, bro.
Appreciate that so much.
And I don't know, Zach did say something. He was like, he said he made a little video. He was like, man, Arthur, don't worry, bro. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? But he was giving you your flowers because at the end of the day, I don't know nobody else is doing it like you or him. You know what I'm saying? And I looked. You did.
You say he made a video? When was it? Today?
Yeah, he made a September 27th video. It was yesterday. He was like, I think he was coming back from where he was, you know what I'm saying, up there at Gonzaga. And he shouted you out, bro. He was saying that you feel me, don't feel bad, bro. You did good work, you know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes you don't know how it's gonna go. You know, you got them games, you know, certain games, you might.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy with experience. He knows that this stuff is tricky. It's tricky.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, don't trip when you know it's tricky and you putting your time in. Don't trip on these people that ain't even putting their time in. You feel me? They just trying to come around with their hand out. You know what I'm saying? And you done gave them enough anyway. So, bro, just keep doing your thing, bro.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate this phone call.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna keep looking for the work, bro. Don't quit, bro.
Nah,
you gonna see me
I'm
next.
not. I won't quit, man. I won't.
All right, bro.
All right. So shout out to Zach. I didn't know he made a video giving me the props. I'm really surprised. But thank you. Hello?
Yo.
What's going on?
Well, I'm talking to you right now.
So the line is open. If you guys want to call in, the number is 646-986-0958. Yeah, so if you guys just joined us, you should watch the video from the beginning. Spoke about the connection with LeBron James and Pat Riley. And it was really all the same numbers that we kept seeing all year. 56. I mean, Miami Heat is 56. Coronavirus is 56. 56. The NBA suspended because of the coronavirus. They tricked us this time. Hello?
Hello? What's up, bro?
How you doing?
Hey, man. I'm calling in, just like the other people, to let you know, man, look, we really, 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 really appreciate what you're doing. We're glad that you had your decision to stay with us because, like you said, this is hard, man, okay? You know what I mean? You put in overtime for us, big dog. You know what I mean? You put in overtime. And, like all the 48s and the 84s and like the updates you have for us on your Patreon and stuff. You constantly updating us about the Lucky Green shoes and stuff like that. This is stuff that I didn't even know about. I'm pretty sure no one really knew about.
And I think I think the reason they do that is to really keep us misled. They did it. They did it in the last football season with the Tennessee Titans, and then they had the entire cast, almost the entire cast from the movie. Remember, the Titans passed away during the NFL playoffs. So they doing a great job at misleading this community because I think they really are paying attention to us.
And they are. And what really makes me mad is the fact that I think the last caller, I guess I mentioned the dude that was on your Patreon. I don't know his name, but he's always complaining about how you lost him some money, you lost him this and that. Meanwhile, the guys at the top scripting the games, pulling people's plugs,
and nobody's mad at them.
No, because nobody's mad at them. Okay, nobody even knows about them. They pulling people's plugs, knocking them off. Not just, they doing it about every other day. Okay, knocking people's plugs off. Okay, and connecting them to the sports game. And not only that, it's not even real. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's what's really sickening. Like, not only are the games rigged, but they're killing people in connection. Okay, lots of people. Okay, too many people, and no one really cares. Okay, no one minds it. You got guys on your Patreon knocking you down probably by like a couple $100. Look, I'm on your Patreon. I surfed from between you, Zach, and all that, and I took plenty of picks, lost plenty of times, but lost. But won just as many times. You're never going to see me on your page, on your channel, complaining because it's gambling. First off, that's what you sign up for. Okay, it's gambling. Okay, that's just what you sign up for. That's just what that is. And another thing is that you should look into it. J.R. Smith said, it was a while back, February, and J.R. Smith said, I think he was answering questions on Instagram. Somebody asked him, who do you think is going to the NBA Finals? He said, the Lakers versus the Heat. He said it. That's what he said. Okay, wow. He was like, call me crazy, but Lakers versus the Heat. Okay, and I feel like it's probably been there.
I really wish I would have saw that, man. Damn.
Yeah. I just saw it. I just saw it just yesterday, dog. And I was like, "What? Are you serious?" J.R. Smith said the Lakers. They always use the puppets for like their mockery on us and stuff. Okay. So,
like how they use Charles Barkley and he's always picking the wrong team to win.
He's always saying look controversial lines and all that stuff like that. And how he said about that was a magnet. They say it went quiet. Yeah,
he told people it was a magnet, though. Anthony Davis buzzer beater.
That's a magnet.
Oh my god!
Everybody just went quiet.
Everybody went quiet. Just
I really don't know if he was supposed to say that or if he wasn't. Who would even know?
And I told one of my friends. I showed one of my friends that video. He said, "Well, my jump shot is like a magnet too, because people are so asleep. They can tell people the truth, and it's like it goes over their heads. I don't understand."
Jump shot is not like a magnet.
Exactly. There's no such thing as that.
Real magnet.
There's a real magnet. Exactly.
Close your eyes and throw the ball in there and make it magnet. Okay? Yep. But, J.R. Smith said that, and, he just slapped it out there. He was like, call me crazy. He threw that out there, like, call me crazy because, it is kind of crazy for, you to just randomly predict the finals, okay? Especially if you're on that team that, you're playing. And, J.R. Smith's like the perfect guy. I feel like most people don't really take J.R. Smith too serious. Okay.
Yeah, because he's always clowning and
he's always clowning. He's always just like a weird situation type stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he said that, but yeah, man, we really do appreciate what you do because like this is hard, man. And another thing is, which I feel like a lot of us are guilty of, even the people that might be donating, including me. Okay, this including me. That not only are you putting in so much work decoding, it's like how you got off of Zach. Okay. It's the main reason why you do this work, okay, they're not only to expose what's going on, not about the money, is to put us on, to help. Just imagine if all of us was doing the knowledge, which I guarantee you most of us aren't. I'm being real with you. I'm not really the best at it, okay, but I do try, okay. Majority of the people on Zach's page, probably our page, your page, probably don't really even try. And they're just, they're there for the videos. And not saying the community's bad, but it's just that we're not.
Well, there's a lot of bad, bad apples.
Like somewhat like leechers, but like not really leechers. Like we're not Just imagine if we were all putting in the work you were putting, or at least try to put in the work you were putting. We would have nailed it. We would have nailed it. We would have had the other side of it.
That's a great point. Because somebody would have brought that video to my attention. How J.R. Smith predicted that the Heat was gonna play the Lakers, and you know we would have been digging into that possibility.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And out of all the people that's probably like a couple hundred, maybe, I don't know, maybe like, it's probably maybe like 9 to 10 of us. Okay, that's, you know, actually trying to do some decoded, probably calling in with good information. Just imagine if we were all doing, we would have been nailed both sides, okay? Instead of, you know, leaning on your back, you have, you know, trying to get in, updated with you every day. You know what I mean? You know, like, we also need to put in and contribute more, too. You know what I mean? As a community, that's what we're here for, and that's what you're doing. Okay, you're here to put us on to the knowledge, and we apply the knowledge to our game, just like how you did, and you mastered it. Okay, like the stuff about like rapper Trey Savage, like that's big, man. Okay, and I actually like listen to,
you know, nobody brings that. Nobody talks about that because it doesn't make them any money. Like think about all the things that I exposed about the George Floyd ritual. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares because he couldn't make any money from that.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah. I broke down the George Floyd ritual to a T. You know, I showed how he came out of the Mercedes-Benz 320 and then he died next to the police cruiser 320, and how the word Negro sums to 32, and show people that was a hoax. And other people thought that it was real. Like, oh my God, look what the police did to George Floyd. Black Lives Matter. No, it was a hoax, and I exposed it. My channel got deleted because of that. Nobody cares about that though.
No, nobody cares. They never care about that. They just they just don't. Okay, and it's the same guys. You know, before I called in, I was scrolling through the chat, and it's like maybe like 2 or 3 guys saying some some wacky stuff. I don't really know if patrolling or the ages. They might be both. Who really knows? But yeah, like something about like the rapper Trey Savage. I actually like listen to, I've heard his songs and stuff like that. Just, I know Murder by Numbers is deep, but like, dang, you know what I mean? That's deep. You know what I mean? Like, that's just straight savage. You know what I mean? If they're not some guy like that, I'm like, who's that? Like, how many people are they really murdering for like these championships? How many people are they really, you know what I mean? How many people are they really putting the plug on? And not only that, one of your older videos about the coronavirus predictive programming about the show in the 50s. I'm a young guy.
Yeah. The TV show Room 222. How many people knew that show was connected to the coronavirus pandemic?
I don't know anything about that. You know what I mean?
There's nobody in this community, nobody in the truth community that put out that video showing the connection with that show and the coronavirus. I mean, that's proof that the coronavirus is a hoax.
Okay, it's just, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's mind blowing, man. Okay, it's just like
it's crazy how because that show came out. What was it? It came out in 68? 60.
Or somewhere around there, man. I think it was 59 or 68, I don't know.
Yeah, it was the day on the same year that the 9/11 construction began.
Yeah, and like that, that's deep. That means you're putting in real, and then on top of that, you're working. Okay, that's big too. Okay, like you got all these trolls. How you know you got kids, man? You got 9-year-olds, and then I got to look at your phone because some wacko they bring some money. It's betting, man. How about you stop betting? How about you go apply the knowledge to yourself? Okay.
No, just think about this. Okay. Think about how many people watch First Take and Undisputed. How many of those? Did Skip Bayless said the Miami Heat was gonna win the Eastern Conference? No. Did Stephen A. Smith tell people that the Miami Heat was gonna win the East? No. Nobody on TV told anybody that the Heat was gonna win the Eastern Conference. Yet people are paying their cable bills and watching these ESPN sports TV shows and supporting them.
Yeah, they have these goons, go in there and entertain them.
Yeah.
Okay, because we know that's what they are.
Because every time people pay their cable bill, they're supporting these networks.
And people don't really think about that. Okay, they just watch your video, and they don't really apply the knowledge. That's the biggest part, the emphasis, and including me. I gotta get better at that. Okay, I like my dream, or one thing I would like look forward to is just applying the knowledge one day and helping out guys like you, and this guys like you, people that's just putting in the hard work for us, because it's not easy. It's not easy. Now the amount of videos you posted with the break it down why the Celtics would go to the NBA Finals is just major. Okay, the Raiders was just too much. Okay, it's just too much. Okay, now if there happens to be another like side of that on the Miami Heat, which no one has put up forward yet. Okay, no one's really said anything about that. I would like to see. Actually, you call it Amplified Truth?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he. I won't lie to you. He actually was talking about the Miami Heat about like a week or two ago before.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A week ago. I mean, that's not major because there's only 4 teams. There's only 4 teams. That's a 25% chance of you getting the right team. And no, there was 4 teams, right? You said like a week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there was only 4 teams left in the Eastern Conference. It was the Raptors, Celtics, Bucks, and Heat.
Yep.
So that's a 25% chance of getting the right one. But if you go back to January or December 2019, what are the odds of you getting the right pick back in December?
Yeah, hard. Pretty much. Them there.
Yeah.
So, we just really appreciate what you're doing, man.
I mean, did this channel Amplified? Did he show how it was connected to Pat Riley and LeBron James?
Yeah, he did. Well, Pat, Pat
in the
Riley,
Jesuit order?
I don't know about the Jesuit. Well, I don't really know. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Okay.
But you should just look into it, man. Okay, don't. You should just look into it.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a look.
I feel like he presented some good information. That's just all I really want to say. He presented some good information about the Miami Heat. It's just a full riddle. Compared to that riddle, compared to the Celtics riddle, no, there's nothing on that. Okay.
Then that's another thing you have to consider. Are you when you watch both videos, who are you gonna invest your money on? Which narrative seems stronger to you?
Most definitely Boston. Okay.
Yeah, the Boston. That's what I'm saying. Even when people were talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and how, the Jacob Blake shooting was connected to the Bucks and this year's of Black Lives Matter. That was a great narrative. But was that stronger than the Boston Celtics? Absolutely not.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
And to be honest with you, the Milwaukee Bucks narrative made more sense than the Miami Heat narrative.
Yeah, it did. It was like
because Bucks is 56. They won 56 games in the season. Coronavirus is 56. That's been the number this year. But Miami Heat does equal 56 as well. So they had other options. So that's why
But another thing is that about them flipping the script.
How much you believe that?
You said how much do I believe that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Because we know is that these games are. I asked you that question yesterday. These games are scripted wrong and everything like that. They just make this script 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like this. You know what I mean? Like.
But what if? Okay, let me ask you something. Let's say, for example, there's $1 trillion on the Miami Heat to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Not saying that there will ever be that much money on the team, but let's say Vegas is in that situation one day. And even though the script was written 30, 40 years ago, you think the Vegas wants to pay out that type of money?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't put exactly. I wouldn't put it past them either.
I wouldn't put it past them. Because they control a lot, man. Okay, and they do all in the shadows. No one even has a clue. Okay, no one has a clue about any of the things they're doing. Okay, and I think there's hundreds of things that no one has absolutely clue that they're doing. People still think the sports games are real. People still think the elections are real. People don't know if they're controlling the weather. People don't know any of that stuff. Okay, people don't know any of that stuff. They've been breeding people for a long time. People don't know any of that stuff. They don't know that 20 players are Manchurian. That means they're born for it. Like LeBron James and stuff. Okay, they don't know any of that stuff. Okay, they have absolutely no clue. So I wouldn't put it past them to flip the script. Okay, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, imagine if you're in their shoes. You paying that?
Like think about this, right? So recently, Bill Gates was on CNN speaking about conspiracy theorists and how there's a lot of videos out there that went viral showing how the coronavirus is actually a plan by him to depopulate the masses, right? So you're saying that these videos that are out there that are viral, You don't think that has some type of motivation on where they headed with the coronavirus, even though the script has been written way in advance for the pandemic? You don't think now that everybody is watching these videos and are becoming more aware of what's really going on, you don't think they might change
they had to
their direction?
They have to. There's no.
That's what I'm saying. So they can flip the script. Because I don't think, if everybody finds out that Bill Gates in the agenda with the Event 201 and the coronavirus, you don't think they'll change it? Even though everybody's already aware? I mean, they're going to definitely change it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like you said, it really, really fucking sucks to say. It hurts. It really hurts. But the dudes that play all this stuff, they're smart people. Okay? It's either they're smart people or it's the people that, we have or the populace are dumb. Most likely, it's both, actually. Okay? It's both. Sadly, they're geniuses. They have everything. They know that majority of people they don't have no clue. They don't want to know. Okay? Like, they don't even want to even explore it. They have an option to. Okay? So, I wouldn't put it past them to fully fit the script, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But we really appreciate you, dog. We really appreciate the work. I hope everything's going good for you. It was a big, it was a boss move, man, because we need guys like you in the community. There's not a lot. Okay. Once I started seeing a couple videos and heard you was gonna, are you still working on the book?
Absolutely.
See, yeah, I'll be the first one. Okay, I'll be the first one. Okay?
Appreciate that.
People need to see that stuff. They got to see that stuff. Okay, and you have a good day, dog.
Thanks a lot, brother. Thank you for the call.
All right, man.
So this will be the last call. Hello, how you doing? Hello?
Hey, hello?
Yes, how you doing? Thank you for the call.
Hey, man. Thank you, dude. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good, man. Good. First time caller, bro, but I've been listening for a little bit, man. And, just kind of want to reiterate, obviously, what the first couple callers said, it's not about winning or losing, It's just the fact that we're learning so much with all these deep posts. And again, they go so deep. So, there's only so much we can do. But regardless, I wanted to kind of point out something real quick. I just wanted to bring up, like, a quick point about the Celtics and, like, the name Celtics. Like, I know Joe Biden, his Secret Service name is Celtic. You can Google that up. And I'm not sure if anybody knew, whatever, but I just find it funny, like, how now that they're out, is that, like, maybe a hint at something else in terms of, like, election day per se, Just something like that.
Possible.
Yeah, man. Like, how they stick up the sports and all that, for sure. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Like, I just want to say that, and I appreciate it. Like, keep on doing you, man.
All right, thanks a lot. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how you doing?
Yo, who I'm talking to?
All right, so that'll be the last call. I should have made the last one the last call. I knew somebody was gonna keep trolling me. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for the support. Thank you to all the callers. Oh, I gotta pick up this call. Gotta definitely make you the last caller. What's going on?
I know. I had to squeeze in real quick. It's been a while.
What's going on, man? Only because it's you I picked up, man.
I figured you would.
Definitely. What's going on?
Hey, I just was wanting to touch base. I won't take too long or random too much. I was just, I posted some stuff actually on Redefined Truth and my Twitter and stuff. I was looking at stuff in my hometown, and I realized that it's on the, it's just neatly within the 66th mile of Route 6 in my state. It's like, oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. And that span of road is named Columbus Avenue, which equals 66. I think you have to use, like, one of the rules or whatever in the introduction, but the name, there's a ton of stuff in the name, you had, like, your 1117, the 187th crime, and there's just a ton I posted, but, and there's a 90,
getting 93s too, which is interesting because according to the story, is that it was 93 acres of swampland that was purchased. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh my god, really. And even the guy that the town's named after, like he, his name is spelled different. And the story is that someone misspelled his name on a sign, and it took total BS. I don't buy it for a second. He needed to, because just the name itself equals 56, and there's a ton. I find it interesting too that they just built like a new hospital not too long ago, and there's building some other like random building next to it right now too. But I'm definitely keeping my eye on things because who knows. But yeah, people should look around their own area and see what they find. I'm sure there'll be, might think it's just some small, random, thing, but you never know. But how you holding out?
I'm doing good, man. Just
Good.
taking it one day at a time.
That's all you can do. Right. I hear you. But all right. Well, I'll let you go.
All right,
Have a good
man.
night.
Always appreciate you, PA. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. All right. Later.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you to all the callers. Thank you to all the people who joined us. And I'll be back real soon.